I have a wild story to share with you today. It involves the police, the fire department, and over $50,000 worth of property damage. And it happened to me just a few weeks ago this summer. It's likely to lead to the biggest renovation project on this property yet. You're not going to want to miss this one. So I'm dead asleep in the middle of my bed when I jolt out of bed hearing this massive crash. It sounds like all my cabinets came crashing to the floor in an instant. And so I'm sitting up waiting to hear something more, thinking somebody's breaking into my house or something like that, but it's completely silent. So after a couple of moments, I'm starting to think, did I dream this possibly? Or maybe it was even lightning, but it didn't sound like that, and it definitely seemed too real to be a dream. So after a little bit, I get up and I look out my window just to see if there's anything going on out there. And when I peek through, I see there's a person right by my bedroom window walking from my driveway on the side of the house over towards my front door. So now I'm certain I'm being robbed, or that there could be a whole group of people out there doing something. So I get up and I go into my living room and I hear a knock on the door. So this is at 3 in the morning, right? So nobody should be knocking on the door at this time. And I peek through and I can see it looks like a younger guy out there, maybe 20 years old. He's pacing back and forth. I maybe shouldn't have opened the door in this case, but I went to go see what was going on and opened it. And he was just hysterical. He's pacing back and forth saying, "Oh man, I'm so stupid. I'm so sorry. I crashed into your car." So I said to the guy, "All right, just calm down here. We'll figure something out. I'm gonna go get dressed and we'll come out and take a look at it." I went back, I got dressed, and I called the police because there was no way I was just gonna go out there and see what was going on. The guy did not look like he was in his right mind. He looked like he was messed up on something, which turned out to be true. And who knows if there was a whole group of people out there waiting. Well, a little bit later, I hear a knock on the door, and I can tell it's the police this time after a couple of minutes. So I go out and answer the door, and the officer asked me a bunch of questions. Did I know this guy and all that type of stuff. So she says, "We're just gonna call the fire department out just in case the garage tips over a bit." I said, "My garage?" Turns out the entire garage was totaled. His car came into my driveway so fast that it slammed into my car, which was parked outside the garage with the garage door closed. It smashed it inside so far that it went out the back wall of the building. Let's go take a look at some of the carnage. In addition to that empty alcohol can that's in the car, I just want to document something that I found on the lawn too. Now, I don't know if this is a nicotine vape pen or something else, but I'm going to take it and put it in a bag here and save it just for a little bit of evidence, so that the narrative here is a little clearer. The police said they're not going to move this car until the garage is shored up with its support a little bit, because they're afraid that if this car gets moved, the whole building's going to topple down. So I've jacked it up a little bit with this 3-ton jack and added a little bit of support on the sides. Now I've got to cut the car out of the siding here so that it's not touching any of the building. And then I think the police will come and tow this away. I'm happy to report there's been a lot of progress since I was filming the other day. At first I was able to get these 2 wall supports put in, and that was enough to be able to get the car towed out of here. I called the police. They showed up in about 5 minutes. They had a tow truck shortly behind them, and that was done in about 20 minutes total. So that was a big relief. After that was gone, I cut out a little bit more of this wall and added a couple more supports to keep this building from toppling down or to get any closer to my neighbor's garage. This support helps a lot, because if this would have collapsed, I would not be able to work in here now. And it makes the demolition a lot easier when we take this building down, because with these supports, I can just disassemble this building in the reverse order that it was put together. If this would have collapsed, it would have had to have been demoed by doing a lot of cutting and smashing, which is a lot more labor intensive, a lot more dangerous, and a lot more expensive if you're going to have a contractor do it. So I still haven't heard from the insurance companies about any dollar amounts yet, although they both came out, the car insurance and the home insurance, and said that the car and the garage were total losses, which isn't a big surprise. But I can't really start doing any demo on this yet. So the next steps on this, I'm removing all of the electrical from the walls, any shelving, anything that can come down that would make the demo a bit easier. The other thing that I might as well do right now while I'm at it is start moving some of these plants, like these blueberry bushes and this vine in the back that I'll probably relocate over that fence between my property and the church. I want to show you the spot where I've decided to move these blueberries. I'm going all the way out here past the fire pit and right under this grove of cedar trees. I'm actually digging holes here outside of the mowed area of the lawn where we have this ground cover. These are, I don't know, some type of flower that comes up in the spring. Now, there's a couple reasons that I don't really want to put the blueberries onto the lawn somewhere here. The rabbits always eat these, so they have to have cages on them. And I hate putting cages anywhere on a mowed area of the lawn. You constantly have to pick them up and trim around them. It ends up being a huge hassle. Also, blueberries have some really nice ornamental features. They get flowers in the spring. They turn beautiful colors in the autumn. Bright reds, sometimes almost purples and blues. But as you can see, they always seem to grow in really irregular type of shapes. So they always have this wild look to them. They're not true ornamental bushes that usually look natural on the lawn. And this area also gets sunlight all throughout the AM hours. It should be enough for blueberry bushes. We have the plant on its trellis, and then this is what the root ball look like. I'm also going to put this on the roots, which really helps to decrease the transplant shock and help the plant get more nutrients right from the get-go. So at this point, it's just basically about trying to get all of the old wiring, all the old electrical components out of here. I'm gonna save some of it, some of these light fixtures, maybe a couple other components. Wasn't that long ago I was just putting all this stuff in. Now it's all gotta get taken out. I think after the electrical is done, I'm gonna have to start disassembling this old garage door system. And that was just put in brand new a couple of months ago, maybe 6 months or something like that. Just want to show you what I've been doing here to get ready for that. We got a fire going in the back, burning some of the scrap wood that I tear out of here. Been working on getting these gutters off. As you can see, I got this massive 30-yard dumpster. See if you can see how big this is. I'll come back in the daytime and show you this. As you can see, the garage is almost cleared out. I've gotten pretty much all the wiring out of here, just left one work lamp up so that I can see what I'm doing in the dark. I'm gonna come back here tomorrow and show you a little bit more before I start taking the shingles off. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Time to begin day 2 of this garage tear down. It is a mess out here. The next thing I gotta do, I gotta get back up on that roof and take the tar paper off the last corner. The other half has tar paper on. Makes it a real pain to knock those boards out. So I'm gonna set that harness up, get on the roof. Should only take about 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna finish taking out these boards.
Details about combat hunger at WAPL.com.
I've got it. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's for the garage door opener plug. Oh, never mind. No.
We're almost there here.
Great, dude.
Look at that, it's coming down by Dennis' side the right way.
Man. I've got to say, I'm really happy with how the cement turned out. Take a look. Here's the slab. You can see it slants down in the middle for drainage. Done really well. The sidewalk looks beautiful going to the house. And then the apron too. Turned out just perfect. It's enough room right there for me to park 2 cars that I didn't have before because the garage got pushed way back. Gives me a lot more space up front. Now, you can see there's a lot of landscaping that has to be done here. A lot of dirt has to be added. I just had 4 yards of topsoil delivered to my house. Probably going to need more than that, but I'm going to start focusing right now on the area by the sidewalk over up front so that nobody twists an ankle up there. Really hot and humid day today, so I'm just going to start moving that dirt before the sun gets too high. Kind of amazing actually. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning on the first day of work here. Check how far they are on this garage already. And they actually had to remove the 2 windows and replace them with new ones. Somehow they came with windows with single pane glass. I don't even know where you get those anymore, but the sales guy, he helped out. He went to Menards, found slightly bigger windows actually for the same price. Well, I'll get charged the same price. Slightly bigger, the standard double pane windows. So it's going really well. Here we are, very cold day in January, and I want to show you what the finished garage is looking like. And it's so much nicer than what I had. Here we have some dusk to dawn lights. You see those go on when it gets dark. Not quite dark enough yet. I recently finished the electrical permit. That's where the electricity comes into the building. And as we go in, you can see I can easily park a car in here. That's a beautiful thing. We've got the pegboard installed over here. Don't quite have the workbenches in yet, but that's going to be a springtime project. Got some shelving installed again, and there we have all of the lumber shelves that were in the old garage and the snowblower, which needed some fixes, but here it is, ready for this winter. Oh yeah, and the lighting. You can see we have a lot of LED lighting up in the ceiling now too. So, massive improvement. I'm real happy about this. When this spring comes, we'll have some workbench projects. I hope you can join me for that. Thanks for being here for the garage project. See you here next time.